Hi YouTube, Jenn here. I just wanted to talk briefly about the snowball of diagnosis that happens after you have chronic Lyme disease. Basically, for the last 2 years and change, I've been walking around with CDC positive test results, and I even got the DNA connections test just a few months ago, showing 2 different strains of Borrelia and Ehrlichia. But all I really have received are just more diagnoses. Most of them are newly named untreatable syndromes. Things like histamine intolerance, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, POTS, SIBO, IBS, anxiety, depression. My latest round of testing is now showing that I have a possible mast cell activation syndrome, or maybe even neuroendocrine tumors. So I've been referred to yet more specialists. Basically, these doctors, they don't want to talk about the persistent bacterial infections that I have proof of. Most of them just change the subject and order more testing and literally just show me the door and refer me to new doctors. So over the last year, I've pretty much given up on doctors, and I only go when I feel I need certain testing. So I've done a lot of research, a lot of therapeutic trials, and just found doctors who will work with me rather than trying to have these doctors, these very expensive doctors, try to help, because they are really just guessing. So, mast cell activation syndrome could possibly be a natural progression of Lyme disease. I found 2 different studies, one done in 1999 and one done in 1990, that concluded basically the bacteria that cause Lyme disease may also trigger dysfunctional mast cell activation, and mast cell activation causes inflammation that can then bring about a great number of characteristic mild to life-threatening symptoms. So why does it take 2 years and 4 months from the time I'm diagnosed with Lyme disease to get tested for this? Because I didn't ask. Because I didn't specifically ask to be tested. I was never tested for this. So, I mean, it was right there in black and white, of course, like in books that I've read. But I have brain fog, which is a huge symptom of mast cell activation. So, I mean, honestly, I could have been walking around for years with Lyme disease feeling just okay until this mast cell activation happened in 2015, when I nearly died and became allergic to just about everything around me. And those symptoms have really gone unchanged. I've changed my entire lifestyle to be chemical free because I break out in hives. I'm taking cold showers every day because I break out in hives. I've told dozens of doctors this. 12 US trained Lyme specialists, most of them. Yeah, they never said you could have this. Maybe let's test you for mast cell activation. Hey, I remember these 2 studies that were done not that long ago. The criteria to be diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome was not even established until 2011, and still has quite some problems. So majority of things I've seen is that it's clinically diagnosed. So my question for people who have gone through this, is it worth doing a skin test I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be allergic to all the things they're going to scratch me with. Is that a good idea? I'm already inflamed, and what's it going to show? And what's the treatment? Antihistamines, which I already do. So I'm curious what your experiences are with mast cell activation syndrome, and if you've gone through the skin testing and if you found it worthwhile. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your experiences are with that, and I will keep putting up videos, so please hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!